You know, the funny thing about people, they show you their best masks when they think you're watching. Polished smiles, rehearsed kindness, fake laughter. It's all a game, a circus of pretense. But the moment you close your eyes, or better yet, pretend to, that's when their real selves crawl out like maggots from a corpse. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Oh, Joker, you're just cynical. You've seen too much. But let me ask you, have you? Have you ever stood still, closed your eyes, and just listened? Let them think you're too blind to see their schemes, too deaf to hear the venom they spit behind your back? No? Then you've been walking through life with your eyes wide shut, my friend. Let me explain. Picture this. You trust someone. Your best friend, your partner, your blood, even. You tell them your secrets, your dreams, your fears. You hand them the keys to the fortress of you. And what do? They smile, nod, pat you on the back like a good little actor. But when the spotlight's off, they rummage through your fortress, steal what's valuable, mock what's fragile, burn what's sacred. Why? Because they can. Because they think you're too weak, too blind to notice. You want an example? All right, I'll paint you a picture. There's a guy, let's call him Joe. Joe's got this friend, let's call him Sam. Joe trusts Sam with his life, loans him money when he's broke, covers for him when he screws up, even takes the blame when Sam's mess gets too big. And Sam? Oh, he's grateful, sure. Grateful enough to smile in Joe's face while plotting behind his back. One day Joe loses everything. Job, house, dignity. And where's Sam? Gone. MIA. Found someone else to leech off of. Joe learns the hard way that loyalty is just a word. And you're not Joe, are you? No, you're smarter. Or at least you think you are. But let me tell you something. Every Joe thought he was smart until the betrayal hit. Here's the kicker. People don't betray you because you're weak. They betray you because you're kind. Because you see the good in them, even when they don't deserve it. They hate that. Hate that you can still believe in something, in someone, when they've already sold their soul for scraps. That's why I say, pretend to be blind. Let them think you're clueless. Watch them strip off their masks. Let the rot underneath ooze out. But don't react. No, that's the trap. They want you to scream, cry, demand answers. Don't give them the satisfaction. You don't fight fire with fire, kid. You smother it. Now, let's talk about you. Yeah, you. Sitting there, clinging to your little shards of hope, your scraps of trust. I see it in your eyes. You still think there's good in them, don't you? Wake up.
Please take this short break from your video. We know how important the videos are to you, so all we ask from you is to support the channel by purchasing your special Inspire Network hoodie or Inspire Network coffee cup. Please enjoy the rest of the video.
The world doesn't care about your hope, your trust. It eats people like you alive. Here's what you do. You learn to see without looking, hear without listening. You start reading between the lines. Every smile they flash, question it. Every compliment, analyze it. Trust me, the cracks are there. You just need to stop being so desperate to ignore them. Want another example? Look at me. People look at me and see a monster, a lunatic. But you know what I am? Honest. Brutally, painfully honest. I wear my scars on the outside. Can't say the same for them, can you? They hide their scars, their sins, under designer clothes and fake smiles. But deep down, they're worse than me. I may be mad, but at least I'm not a liar. You need to toughen up, kid. The world isn't kind to dreamers, to believers. It's a battlefield. And you've been walking through it unarmed, hoping for mercy. Mercy? Ha! Mercy is a luxury for the powerful. And you, my friend, are not powerful. Not yet. But you can be. Oh, you can be. All it takes is a shift. Stop caring about their approval, their validation. Let their opinions fall off you like rain on stone. You've spent too much time trying to be their hero, their savior. Newsflash. They don't want saving. They want someone to blame when things go south. So, what's the plan? Are you gonna sit there, licking your wounds, waiting for someone to care? Or are you gonna rise? Not as their hero, but as your own. Build walls so high that their whispers can't reach you. Become so strong that their betrayal becomes nothing more than static noise in the background of your symphony. And when you've done that, when you've truly mastered the art of pretending to be blind, do me a favor. Don't hate them. Pity them. Pity their small minds, their shallow hearts. Because the truth is, they're already dead inside. And you're just getting started. Pretend to be blind, kid. And when they show you their true colors, don't be surprised. Just smile. Because in the end, you've won. They just don't know it yet. You think this is all a game? You think life hands you fairness, justice, or loyalty on a silver platter? Ha! Let me teach you the cold, hard truth, kid. The world is a stage, and you're not even in the audience. You're the damn punchline. They laugh at you behind closed doors. They clap when you fail. Why? Because your pain makes them feel a little less pathetic. But here's the thing. The punchline doesn't have to stay funny forever. One day it's gonna choke them. If, and this is a big if, you learn to play your cards right. Look at those who've burned you. Study them. Each one carries a little lesson. A little reminder of what not to trust. That friend who smiled too wide when you shared good news. That family member who vanished the moment you needed them most. They're all lessons in human nature. Lessons that most people ignore because they're too busy holding on to the fantasy that people care. But you're smarter than that now, aren't you? Let's take a moment to get real here. Pretending to be blind doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're playing the long game. You're giving them the rope to hang themselves. And trust me, they will. Every single time. They can't help it. It's in their nature. You see, people like to think they're good. They love to wrap themselves in the illusion of kindness, charity, decency, but strip away their comfort, threaten their ego, and watch how quickly that goodness turns into claws and fangs. They'll rip you apart, not because they hate you, but because they hate themselves. You're just the convenient scapegoat. Now, let me tell you about betrayal. Betrayal isn't a knife in the back. No, it's a scalpel. Precise, calculated. It cuts deep, but slow. So slow you don't even realize you're bleeding until you're lying there, empty, wondering how the hell you let it happen. And the worst part? It's always the ones you least expect. You remember that old saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer? Nah, screw that. Keep everyone at arm's length. Trust is a weapon, kid, and you hand it out like candy on Halloween. Stop it. Learn to smile without meaning it. Laugh without feeling it. Play their game, but don't let them play you. Here's what you need to understand. People only care about you as long as you're useful. The second you stop being their stepping stone, you become their obstacle. And obstacles, they get bulldozed. You don't want to be useful to them. You want to be indispensable to yourself. Build a life so fortified, so unshakable, that their absence feels like a damn blessing. Take a look at the relationships in your life. Each one is a contract. Unspoken, sure, but a contract nonetheless. You give, they take. You love, they tolerate. You sacrifice, they demand more. Break the cycle. Rewrite the damn terms. No more giving without taking. No more loyalty without reciprocity. Let's talk about love for a second, shall we? Oh, love, the ultimate illusion. They'll tell you it's about trust, about vulnerability, about forever.